Welcome back to the Professor's Lab. I'm Professor V, and this is round 2 of our league challenge that happened at Die Hard Games on November 21st, 2024. If you didn't know, Die Hard League happens every Thursday at 6 p.m. Central, featuring casual and tournament play of whatever format everyone wants. League Challenge Thursday, December 19th at 6 p.m. Central at Die Hard Games. Go see more info in this video's description and check out Pokemon's event locator for premiere and other events at the shop, such as league challenges, league cups, pre-releases, and more. Please hit that like button right quick, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, say what you need to say in the comments, and all that other good free stuff. But anyways, let's research this game. On the left, we've got Raging Bolt. On the right, Arceus Giratina. And it looks like our Arceus Giratina player on the right is going first for us this round. Bidoof in the active. Bidoof gets benched. Giratina V gets put on the bench as well, followed by a Nest Ball. That item card allows the player to search their deck for a basic Pokemon to put onto the bench. Arceus V is found and added to the party here. We need that Arceus V down turn 1 so it can evolve to Arceus V Star the next turn and do some lovely things. Now all we need is an energy attachment to that Arceus V. Our player attaches a psychic energy to it and then passes things over to our Raging Bolt player on the left hand side with a Teal Mask Ogerpon in the active spot currently. Pokestop Stadium put into play and being used here. That stadium has the player discard the top 3 cards of their deck, and then they may add any item cards discarded this way to their hand. 0 item cards found here, but getting a couple energy in the discard pile is not the worst thing in the world, since it can be accelerated from the discard pile to ancient Pokemon and play that Raging Bolt with Professor Sada's Vitality supporter card. Let's see what else our player has. I see the pink card in hand, but that's not doing any good. There is another basic, so they are still in the game. Teal Mask Ogerpon EX number 2 gets put onto the bench here. It doesn't look like there's much else. Attach a Bravery Charm, giving plus 50 HP to that bench Ogerpon EX, and pass. No. For our Raging Bolt player, at least. Our Arceus player is probably more than happy to see this, but they don't have too much going on in their hand either, currently. They can get in there with an Arceus, but next is Pokestop for them, and ouch, 3 cards just get discarded there. One of them being, let's see, that Giratina V-Star. They didn't have much else going on. Arceus is not bad to get rid of, neither is the Giratina V, but the Giratina V-Star is. There should be multiple copies played in this list, so maybe not the biggest thing, as a double Turbo Energy is attached to the bench, Arceus V, and pass. Interesting. At least that means it's not a complete blowout quite yet, as our Raging Bolt player on the left-hand side continues on with play on their side of the field with a Nest Ball. Remember, that item card allows them to search their deck for a basic Pokemon to put onto the bench. Pop quiz: can you play a Nest Ball if your bench is full? Let me know in the comments. Nothing grabbed off of that Nest Ball here? No, they're just thinking. Okay. So Nest Ball is going to find that Raging Bolt EX, of course, the main attacker of the deck, to put into play finally. Even if it was there last turn, I don't know if there was Sada's in hand, but I guess we'll find out here. There is Sada's at least right now. I bet it was there, as lightning energy is attached to that Raging Bolt, since there's a fighting in the discard pile. Switch cart then allows that Raging Bolt to move into the active spot, switching places with that Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, of course. There is still the Pokestop to use, but we're going to go for the Professor Sada's Vitality first, accelerating an energy from the discard pile to that ancient Roaring Moon EX in play, and then drawing 3 cards. You can accelerate to up to 2 ancient Pokemon in play, but since there's just the one, we'll take it. The Bidoof is lined up to be KO'd here if the Roaring Moon player wants to do so. However, they would be better taking 2 prize cards here, especially on that Arceus V if they can. The switch card was maybe played a little bit too soon there. No, it doesn't look like they were. Yeah, yeah. And I think I see another switch card in hand too. So maybe no punish here as Teal Mask Ogerpon uses its Teal Dance ability, accelerating a grass energy to itself and then drawing a card. That doesn't count as the attachment per turn. That already happened. This is an ability here. And yeah, I think they have the KO if they want it, so long as there is another switch card in hand and they didn't play it too soon. Now is Prime Catcher to bring up the Arceus V from the bench to the active, and then you move one of your Pokemon from the bench to the active, Teal Mask Ogerpon, with the energy coming into the active spot. Switch card now, okay. Double switch card coming through here, moving that Raging Bolt EX back into the active spot. Now we just need another grass energy, as Earthen Vessel discards a card to search the deck for up to 2 basic energy cards. Raging Bolt's Bellowing Thunder attack, of course, for a lightning and fighting does 70 times the amount of basic energy you discard from your side of the field. So 4 energy would need to be discarded here to KO the 220 HP Arceus V, and it's there. What an amazing comeback from that turn 1 for our Roaring Moon player, as the second Ogerpon uses its Teal Dance ability to accelerate a grass energy to itself and draw a card. There's the 4 energy on board. 4 times 7 is 28, but next let's spin that Pokestop. 3 discards there again. Pokestop discarding Bravery Charm, the Minion V, and Professor Sada's Vitality. But is that okay with this huge lead this Raging Bolt deck is taking here on this turn 2 for them? Yeah, really nothing else. There's another switch card in hand too. Nothing else really for them to do here. And we'll see what else they've got for us before just a big Bellowing Thunder. There it is. Discarding those 4 energy in play, KOing the only Arceus V the Arceus player had in play, as well as getting rid of the 3 energy in play. Whew. Bidoof runs into the active spot over on the right hand side and play resumes there. Bidoof evolves into Bibarel on the bench. Grass energy attached to the Giratina V on the bench. Radiant Gardevoir put into play. And now we're seeing Bidoof's Industrious Incisors ability to draw up to 5 cards in hand. The Radiant Gardevoir reduces damage. Let's see here, let's check that out so we can be aware of what's going on. As that Radiant Gardevoir has the Loving Veil ability, all of your Pokemon take 20 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V. But so not really too relevant here, as there aren't any attacking Pokemon V in the Raging Bolt EX deck. So maybe just wanting to put that 1 prizer in play to offer if needed. The Skwovet also hits the bench here with its Nest Stash ability. Lost Vacuum being played now. You send a card to the Lost Zone from your hand in order to send a Tool card in play or a Stadium card in play to the Lost Zone, targeting that Bravery Charm on that Teal Mask Ogerpon EX, sending the Grass Energy to the Lost Zone, bringing down the HP now of that Teal Mask Ogerpon, and then a Nest Stash on this Skwovet being done here. Shuffle the hand, put it at the bottom of the deck, and then draw 1 card. Oh, it was the Iono. Probably the best thing they could have gotten right there off of that computer search Skwovet Nest Stash. Iono supporter card has both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of the deck, and then draw cards from the top equal to their remaining prize cards. 4 cards for the Raging Bolt player, 6 for the Arceus V player who is looking for that Arceus V. It is found, put onto the bench here, trying to re-establish the board after that devastating last turn. Giratina V-Star Rainbow evolves on the bench as well, given that Giratina V more HP and things are just passed back over to our Raging Bolt player. Now we are only offering a Bidoof on the right hand side to the opponent currently, the one prizer, so that's okay, or the best they've got for now. As the player on the left, Raging Bolt uses Teal Mask Ogerpon's Teal Dance ability, accelerate that grass energy, draw a card. Next is Earthen Vessel, discarding a card in order to search the deck for up to 2 basic energy cards to put into the hand. Looks like a fighting energy is plucked out of the deck. Was there any more? Yeah, there's at least one. Yeah, there's a few energy in there. 2 more. So will they grab it? Nope, just opting for the single fighting energy here to add to the hand. There's lots of energy in the discard pile, but that can be recovered for sure and accelerated with that Professor Sada's Vitality, if our Raging Bolt player can find it here. Energy attached to the active. Next is Pokestopped, discarding the top 3. Not as bad. We discard the energy and the stadium and keep the Pokemon catcher there. And is it just a Burst Roar turn? I know our Roaring Moon player, or excuse me, Raging Bolt player doesn't want to do that here if they can help it. Okay, so another Raging Bolt and Pheasantipity EX put into play on the left-hand side, followed by just a Burst Roar. Raging Bolt EX's first attack for a colorless energy, discard your hand and draw 6, hopefully better, new cards. Play resumes over on Arceus' side. Arceus V-Star evolved on the bench now. Now that Arceus V-Star has a Starbirth ability, that is its V-Star power, of course, and you could, when you activate it, it's being activated now with the flip of the V-Star marker, you could search your deck for up to 2 cards. Pick a card, any card. Now, you would like to be attacking with this Arceus V-Star as well, but with no energy attached to it, maybe that energy attachment should have been held. Instead of putting it on the Giratina V, it should have just been held, and maybe you could find an energy plus Arceus V on that last turn to attach to, so that way you can attach a double turbo now. But we'll see how our player decides to navigate this here, as they are searching their deck for any 2 cards they want. The most powerful V-Star power in the game? Let us know what your favorite V-Star power is in the comments, and which one you think is the best in the Pokemon trading card game currently, as those are going to go away soon with future rotation. 2 cards decided upon there. I didn't get to see which ones they were, but I imagine they are the best 2 cards that must be seen right now to progress this turn. At least the Raging Bolt player had a turn off that last turn. Oh my goodness. Oh. There's the answer to missing that energy attachment. Forget everything that I said earlier. I see the Crispin in hand. So first is an Ultra Ball, discarding a Judge and a Jamming Tower in order to search the deck for a Pokemon, Basic or Evolution. The Bidoof is found, so we can establish another one of those this turn. And hopefully there is a switch card, a switch card, let's say, in hand. With finding any 2 cards in deck, I imagine it's the combo is here as this active Bidoof evolves into Bibarel. Industrious Incisors on that Bibarel to draw up to 5 cards in hand being used here. Let's see if they can put it together. There's plenty of draw. with the Squovit Nestash and second Biberon Industrious Incisors combo. I think our player has to get a little bit lucky here to move out of the active spot to attack this turn. Double Turbo Energy attached to that Arceus V-Star on the bench, and Crispin, the supporter card, is played. That has the player search their deck for 2 different basic energy cards. You accelerate one of them onto a Pokemon in play, and you keep the other one in hand. So there you go. That's how we make up for missing that energy attachment. Just what our Arceus player needs. What would be even better for them is a switching card and a maximum belt. Let's see if they could find. I think I seen the belt in hand. I think it was there. Let me know if I'm wrong, but it looks like we're seeing Nestash now. Shuffle the hand, put it at the bottom of the deck, then draw 1 card. Now is the second Industrious Incisors to draw up to 5 cards in hand, and I think they found that switch. We are seeing an attack here, but did they just not attach that maximum belt for the KO here? I think I've got to go back and see right now. Alright, so this is the Crispin. Let's go back in time a little bit here in the professor's lab. Accelerated the grass, keep that. Okay, no, there wasn't the maximum belt. I think it was a what is it, Spiritomb that I'm mistaken for the pink card. So now we're seeing the Nestash, then the Industrious Incisors to draw up to 5 in the hand. We are looking for that maximum belt. It doesn't look like we found it. We at least found the switch, so I guess we'll take that. Switch into that Arceus V-Star. Anything else to do but attack. Trinity Nova, 180 damage since Double Turbo Energy is attached, and you search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in play any way you like. I imagine we're going to see them all go on this Giratina onto the bench. And the game may... No, it's not a checkmate yet. I need to calm down. I'm getting so ahead of myself here. All of that energy gets accelerated to the Arceus V-Star on the bench, and play resumes over on the left-hand side. How can Raging Bolt respond? First, they start with a Earthen Vessel, discarding a Pokestop to search the deck for up to 2 basic energy. Lightning energy pulled out of the deck there, and that's all that's there, so that's all they're going to go for. Phesandipity's Flip the Script is not active since there was no KO taken on the opponent's last turn. Yeah, we just need to attach an energy to the active. We see the lightning get attached. Next is a Pokestop, discarding the top 3 cards. Okay, a couple Pokemon discarded there, but that energy retrieval found. And with that, I think the KO is guaranteed here, as energy retrieval will let the player pick 2 basic energies from the discard pile to put back into their hand. One of them needs to be a grass. Double grass taken there. This Teal Mask Ogerpon on the bench uses its Teal Dance ability to accelerate energy. Let me go back and see what happened there. So that there's a Teal Mask already with 1 energy on the bench. Excuse me for missing that there and going back and forth in time here in the lab today. Double grass found off of the energy retrieval. Teal Dance number 1, Teal Dance number 2. And we should see the player draw 2 cards. There we go. Okay. Bravery Charm put onto the bench, Raging Bolt EX, making it have plus 50 HP to 90 that basic Pokemon currently has. Boss's Orders now brings up that Giratina V-Star on the bench. It's got a lot of energy on it. It could do a lot of damage, so let's take it out of play with Bellowing Thunder, discarding 4 energy to do 280 damage. Arceus V-Star trots back into the active spot on the right-hand side, and play resumes there, here in this endgame with our Raging Bolt player with 2 prize cards left. But our Arceus V-Star player finally finds that maximum belt and attaches it to the Arceus V-Star. That Ace Spec tool card does plus 50 damage to opposing Pokemon EX. Now as an Iono, so this is where the Arceus player needs to start. Both players shuffle their hands, put them at the bottom of their deck, and then draw cards from the top equal to their remaining prize cards, disrupting and reducing the opponent's hand here and filling up their own. Arceus V-Star is currently doing, I think, 230 damage. So even that maximum belt that last turn I was rambling about wouldn't have taken the KO on the 240 HP Raging Bolt. That's plus 50, so 18. Yep, 230 it's topping out at because of the double turbo energy. Psychic energy put onto the Radiant Gardevoir on the bench. Arceus V-Star KOs the opposing Raging Bolt. We can accelerate energy here, but I don't think the player really wants to, as play resumes over on the left-hand side. Can our Raging Bolt player finish the game here? They will need a Professor Sada's Vitality, an energy attachment from hand, and a grass energy for a Teal Dance to get 4 energy in play. It looks like they might have it with this energy retrieval. Returning a grass and a lightning to our player's hand. Now do they have a Professor Sada's Vitality? They do. Nice. Lightning energy attached to the active Raging Bolt EX. Teal Mask Ogerpon on the bench uses Teal Dance to accelerate grass energy and draw a card. Pokestop. Discarding the top 3, finding 3 items there, and that Pokestop's on fire now. Just draw 3 cards. Night Stretcher brings back a Raging Bolt. Our player's styling here. Night Stretcher puts that Raging Bolt EX into the player's hand. They put it onto the bench. Professor Sada's Vitality then will accelerate a fighting energy from the discard pile to the active Raging Bolt EX and energy to the bench Raging Bolt EX, both ancient Pokemon. That's what Professor Sada's Vitality does. Then draw 3 cards. There's more than 4 energy in play in order to take the KO on this opposing Arceus V-Star for the last 2 prize cards of the game. What'd you think of this video and the commentary? Please leave feedback in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in the Professor's Lab.